there's the white woman who's dating the black man, and she very stereotypically will emulate certain caricatures of black women. And when black women speak to this, and it's, oh, well, you're just jealous that I'm with one of your men. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a clip that even went around of a white woman saying, you're jealous that I'm taking your black man away from you, X, Y, and Z. And it's like, you can have him, just don't be weird about it.
Is it? I've never, like, personally, I'm not disregarding what you're saying, but I personally, I've never seen white girls that have come out and said that. But if they do say that, then that's just ridiculous, isn't it? Like, that's out of
100.
And the black guys that are allowing their white girl to say that, they're idiots, innit? Like, do you get what I'm saying? I don't agree, don't condone it in any way, shape, or form. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, but like you said that these white women, they copy characteristics of black women. So what are those characteristics?
Not characteristics, but caricatures, right?
Caricatures.
And these are certain personality profiles that they would see stereotypically of black women. So they're normal personalities that they would have. And mind you, personalities are diverse. Do you know what I mean? So you can have any personality and be any race. So I'm not trying to say they belong to any category, right? But what I do see is a white woman, like you could say Stacy from this area dates her first black boy, and all of a sudden she's getting box braids, and all of a sudden she's speaking in a way that she's never spoke before, and you know what I mean? And it's like, it's fine if you want to do that. Personally, I don't see that as a big issue that affects my day-to-day life, but I do think that when people shed light to that issue, that it's weird that you only behave that way when you're dating certain kinds of people, that I think to respond with, well, you're just jealous, is nasty and malicious and vindictive, because you should question
but you're
why.
Going on like that. You're going on like that. That's a. I mean, as I said, I've never come across that. Maybe because I don't look for stuff like that, but I've never seen that. You get what I'm saying? Like,
well, I follow you, so I can send you the videos myself, and
you can see.
you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not trying to make it seem like it's a widespread thing, and I'm not saying that white men are not guilty of this, because they absolutely are. I think there was a trend a few months ago where it was like the black woman effect or the black girlfriend effect, where white men showed themselves before they dated white women and after, and they again emulated caricatures of black men. Yes. And when people shed issue to this, people were like, well, you're just jealous that I'm with a white man who treats me good and he don't disrespect me, and it's like, no one's jealous. So why is he behaving like this?
Now that's something I do see. I do see when black women, they'll date a white guy or maybe just a non-black guy, then they'll start bragging about how, finally I'm being treated how I'm supposed to be treated. Yeah, black guys to treat women properly. That's why I'm never going back. So what do you think about that? Do you think there's truth to that?
Wait, I feel like that's disingenuous though. So if you consider you see it for when it comes to black women dating white men, but you all of a sudden you can't see it. Like, I feel like that's very convenient for you, but I think it's definitely disingenuous. Because if you can't see it, wait, let me.
No, but like, really and truly, so do you think that there's just as much content out there of white women saying black women are jealous of them?
Absolutely.
You think that's really like?
I've seen both content.
It is. I think it's very prevalent. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I've seen both.
I really do.
I've seen both. I've seen the trend that I just told you about with the black women and the white men. I've seen it in reverse with white women like years ago, where they did this thing where they're like, oh, this is what happens when you date a seasoned man, or this is what happens when you date the BBC, and all of a sudden they start doing their edges and they're wearing box braids, and do you know what I mean? And it's just like, babe, you can do what you want with your hair, but why did it take you dating a black man to do that? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just be yourself all the time. He clearly is dating you because you are yourself.
Can I ask you, look? Okay, there's three. What, you're all black women on here, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm
dual heritage.
Pardon?
I'm dual heritage.
Oh, you're mixed.
So you're mixed race?
Oh, period.
No, I'm not. Well, my mum's Indian and my dad's black, but I consider myself black.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So you're mixed race, but it's okay.
Dual heritage. Carry on.
So like, boom, yeah. So do you women think that it's worse when black men do interracial than if black women do interracial?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
What do you mean by worse?
I need you lot to,
mean by worse?
one by one. Do you think it's worse for the black community? Do you think it's just worse? Do you think it affects?
I'm gonna say no.
Alright, starting with Danny, let me know you lot's opinions. So what do you think? Do you think is interracial dating worse if black men do it?
Yeah, I can't explain why it irks me more. I feel like the percentage of black men dating white women is higher than white men dating black women. It is.
But You know that's ironic.
Usually selling out more.
You know that's ironic. You realize that's ironic that you would say that since you are mixed race.
Oh yeah, true.
I think I'm dual heritage.
What?
Yeah, and there's
Like,
so much. There's
like you're not
dynamic
mixed with white. You're not mixed with white.
I'm
but
dual
you
heritage.
are mixed race, though.
I'm dual heritage.
All right, dual heritage, but you're not 100%
I think Asian.
black.
I think the mix of Asian and black comes with a completely different dynamic. Completely different.
Yeah, of course.
So it's
Black women, but
in its own category.
okay, I get that. But black women could essentially say to your dad that, oh yeah, you got with an Indian woman. Why didn't you get with a black woman?
Yeah, and yeah, that's on him.
So it's okay. This is why I love doing these conversations. I love it, blood. Yeah, but that's kind of hypocrisy, though. Because you're saying it's
I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here if he didn't step out, for sure. I mean,
Yeah, but
step
you're
out.
saying it's only an issue when black men date white women specifically. But
I'm
if
not
you
saying that.
date
I disagree with
Indian, it's
that.
okay.
I disagree with that. I think it's harmful in general, and I think for me personally, when you're saying which one is worse, I would say when black men date white women is worse, right? I think interracial dating when it comes to black men
I agree.
and non-black women it's problematic in general based on certain things. But I'll touch on that later. But I would say it's worse based on the stats, right? Because when we're talking about marriages, right, black men and white women divorce the most. They don't have as successful marriages as every other group of people. So I can say that it is worse, yeah, based on the stats.
It's worse because they get divorced.
Yeah, they're not lasting in these marriages. It's not successful. These relationships are not successful.
Yeah,
so we could say that they're
people,
worse. Yeah,
but people are getting married in their own communities, and divorce rates going up anyway.
yeah, but then I'm saying in comparison.
I don't even
Comparison,
think that's necessarily. I do accept that there is a cultural element of why maybe these unions don't work out, because like coming from completely different ends of the spectrum, there can be turbulence there in it. Like, you get what I'm saying? Whereas in the beginning you just like each other and you just want to be with each other and you like sleeping together and blah blah blah. But then down the road, your background, your culture, your ideologies will start to conflict. Yeah, but in this general society right now that we live in, men and women are having conflict regardless.
Yeah, regardless. And I'm saying,
so, like, the race issue, I don't really think that's
people are
it should be worse.
No, but people are getting divorced more. We can say that, absolutely. But there are stats on when it comes to background today, right? In comparison to other groups, they are getting divorced the most. Black men with black women get divorced the most than any other union. And that's not an opinion. That's with white women. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. So this is not me putting an opinion out there. That's just a fact. So, and I think a lot of people have an issue with that. Interracial relationships last less than if you're dating somebody who's from your background, right? That's true.
I would assume that would be true.
That's the truth. That is the truth. That's the truth. But then when it comes to everything, whether it's black women and white men,
where are you getting your information from? Because you're very confident.
When it comes to black women and white men,
where are you getting your information from? Because you're very confident when you're saying it. It is true.
It is, yeah. Because I checked.
Okay.
Can I just raise something quickly? Don't you see the difference when you've got a mixed race person, black and white? Don't you see the difference in the person when their mum is black to when their mum's white? Don't you see a difference in them? You can tell when a mixed race person has a black mum as opposed to having a white mum.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a difference. There is a difference.
For sure.
Definitely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But you told me, what's the difference you think?
I tend to feel like they're closer to their black culture, and they exhibit that more. Their values, discipline, manners, everything.
If the mother's black, then the children will be more black oriented.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Is your mum black?
No, my mum's.
You are full of lots of irony. Your whole conversation is ironic. Like, so you basically.
No, but my mum was raised by Bajans.
No, I don't believe in that. Sorry.
Can
I don't like
just
when,
put in
no, but
really
I don't.
quickly
I don't
just
like
to
when
say-
mixed people do
Hold on,
that
hold
type
one
of
at a
thing.
time,
Yeah, I don't like it.
Sorry, can I just really quickly just to say because fair, I'm aware of the stat that you're citing, but your own study does cite that it's not necessarily the interracial nature of their marriage that increases the divorce risk. And I'm not saying that you said that, but it is important to put that out there because it's what the implication is here when he's asking why people have a disdain towards interracial relationships or why they feel like one is worse than the other. I think it's important to put out that it's not the
I didn't
interracial nature of
say.
it. I
I think it
I'm
is
not saying you
actually.
said
Do you know
that.
what? I'm gonna say it is because at the end of the day, these stats are. I'm not saying the core reason is he was black. That's why I divorced him. Like, let's use common sense. Obviously not. Right?
No,
These
but
people
you're
are
no, but
getting divorced from them.
the reason why you made that point is because I asked, is it worse when black men do interracial dating?
Yeah, I'm saying based on the fact they divorce the most. That's
No,
just the
yeah,
truth.
but yeah, and that's and so it is got to do with him being black.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it has to do with them. Obviously, the dynamic of them being in an interracial relationship. I'm saying there could be certain problems that an interracial relationship can cause. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And that problem
Yeah, but I'm
is why
being
they're getting divorced.
specific.
Yeah, but
I'm being
the
specific
study
right now.
again does cite that the associated factors are things like age at marriage, socioeconomic status, and prior relationship history.
Obviously,
Cultural
I think
pressures
that's
is
common
there.
sense. No offense, but yeah.
No, of course it's common sense, but
Yeah.
again, I'm not accusing you of saying that it's because they're interracial that their marriage doesn't work. I'm just putting it out there because that can be the implication to other viewers. I'm just cautioning it out there. In the U, and also it's an
Right.
American stat,
Thanks
so
for
I feel like in the
sharing.
UK,
Yeah,
I
but
feel like
what's the question?
I feel like it's an
Hold
American
on,
stat. So I feel like
one at a time, because I need it to be clear what
yeah,
everyone's
I also
saying.
feel like in the UK, the stats might look a little bit different. The only collection that we have on this kind of data is very old, so it's like from like the early 2000s, late 90s. When we collected that
wow.
data, and they didn't break it down
Years
by black men and black women and black men and white women and so that they just broke it as black and white. They didn't break it down by the genders either. So we couldn't really like chime in too much on the data there.